Ambassador Zeltak adjusted his ceremonial robes as he entered the Grand Assembly Hall of the Galactic Confederation. The towering Vorthon's forearms gestured dismissively at the holographic display, showing a small blue-green planet in the Terran system. Around him, representatives from 47 civilizations murmured their agreement as the session began. "Esteemed colleagues," Zeltak's voice resonated through his translation matrix, "we gather today to discuss the final resolution regarding the species that calls itself humans." He pronounced the word as if it left a bitter taste in his mouth. "Our xenobiological assessments are conclusive. They are primitive, fractured, and technologically insignificant." The crystalline delegate, high resonator Thin, chimed in with harmonious tones. "Their fastest vessels barely reach 1/10 light speed. Their weapons are chemical-based projectiles. They still burn fossil fuels on their homeworld." "Most telling," added Chancellor Vrex of the Aquatic Collective, his gill slits fluttering with amusement. "They wage war amongst themselves over resources that are abundant throughout the galaxy. They lack unity, vision, and purpose." Admiral Kelthara of the Hegemony Military Command stood, her scaled hide gleaming under the assembly lights. "Intelligence suggests they've just achieved basic fusion technology. My civilization mastered stellar engineering when their ancestors were still climbing trees. The motion before us is simple. Earth shall be classified as irrelevant to galactic affairs. No trade, no contact, no consideration for inclusion in our expansion plans." The vote was unanimous. 47 civilizations declared humanity beneath their notice. 3 years passed. The first sign something was wrong came from the Outer Rim territories. A hegemony patrol fleet of 6 vessels simply vanished. No distress signals, no debris field, no survivors. Admiral Kelthara assumed pirates and dispatched a larger force to investigate. The second fleet found wreckage, but not what they expected. The destroyed ships showed signs of weapons technology that shouldn't exist. Scorched hull plating indicated energy discharges far beyond anything in their databases. Most disturbing were the precise surgical cuts through reinforced battle armor, as if struck by focused plasma beams of impossible intensity. "Impossible," Kelthara muttered, studying the tactical displays. "These wounds, they're from concentrated particle beams. No known civilization wields weapons of this caliber." The attacks escalated. Trade convoys began disappearing along the rim. Mining colonies went silent. Each incident revealed the same signature: devastating firepower delivered with surgical precision, then complete withdrawal. The attackers never remained to occupy territory or claim resources. They struck like ghosts and vanished. When the Vorthon Science Enclave's research station at Kepler 442 was destroyed, Ambassador Zeltak demanded answers. The station had been defended by state-of-the-art shield generators and automated defense platforms. Security footage showed the final moments: sleek angular ships materializing from what appeared to be empty space, unleashing torrents of crimson energy that shredded the defenses in seconds. "How?" Zelthara stared at the recordings. "Those vessels, they're using some form of active camouflage we can't detect. And those weapons." High resonator Thin's crystalline form dimmed with worry. "The energy signatures are unprecedented. The beam coherence suggests technology centuries beyond our capabilities." The breakthrough came when a damaged enemy fighter was recovered from the Rigel system. Crystalline Collective engineers worked frantically to decode its systems, while Chancellor Vrex coordinated the investigation. What they found sent shockwaves through the Confederation. "The ship's computer core contains star charts," Vrex announced to the emergency assembly. "The point of origin for these attacks. It's the Sol system." Silence fell like a hammer blow. "Impossible," Zeltak whispered. "We classified them as irrelevant. Our intelligence showed primitive chemical rockets and basic electronics." "Our intelligence was 3 years old," Admiral Kelthara replied grimly. "And apparently we underestimated them catastrophically." The truth emerged piece by piece. Humanity hadn't been idle during their isolation. The Confederation's dismissal had been intercepted by their crude radio telescopes and deep space monitoring stations. Learning of their irrelevant status had done something unexpected. It had unified them. Within months of the vote, Earth's fractured nations had formed the United Earth Defense Initiative. Their scientists, no longer constrained by national boundaries or resource competition, had achieved breakthrough after breakthrough. Their engineers, freed from profit motives and political interference, had developed technologies that shouldn't have been possible. They've weaponized quantum entanglement, the Vorthan chief scientist reported, his voice hollow with disbelief. Their ships exist in quantum superposition until the moment of attack. Our sensors can't track them because they're not entirely in our dimensional space. The energy weapons were even more terrifying. Humans had bypassed traditional plasma and particle beam technology entirely, developing what they called zero-point extraction cannons, weapons that drew energy directly from the quantum vacuum and focused it into devastating coherent streams. But the most chilling discovery was tactical. Every attack had been precisely calculated to avoid civilian casualties, while maximizing military and infrastructure damage. The humans were sending a message: they could strike anywhere, anytime, with surgical precision. Ambassador Zeltak found himself standing before the same holographic display of Earth, but the mood in the assembly hall had changed dramatically. Fear hung in the air like a poisonous fog. They've demonstrated capabilities that exceed our most advanced civilizations, he announced, his forearms trembling slightly. In 3 years, they've leaped from primitive chemical rockets to quantum dimensional warfare platforms. What do they want? Chancellor Vrex asked, his voice barely above a whisper. The answer came in the form of a transmission that bypassed every security protocol in the Confederation's networks. A human female appeared on the main display, middle-aged, wearing a simple uniform, her eyes cold as space itself. "I am Admiral Sarah Chen of the United Earth Defense Initiative," she said calmly. "You declared us irrelevant. You forgot the first rule of evolution. The most dangerous predators are the ones you don't see coming." She leaned forward slightly. "We don't want your territory. We don't need your resources. We want something much simpler: respect, recognition, a seat at the table you denied us." The transmission paused, and her smile was anything but reassuring. "You taught us we were alone in a hostile galaxy. Thank you for the lesson. Now shall we discuss the terms of our admission to your confederation? Or would you prefer we continue demonstrating why dismissing Earth was irrelevant?" The vote for humanity's immediate admission to the Galactic Confederation was unanimous. 47 civilizations had learned that underestimating humans was a mistake they would never make again.